What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I said yesterday I was going to give you some more tips today about how to maximize your PC retention, how to get a hold of those people that aren't answering the phone. And today I want to talk about how to go find them in person and the tactics and the strategies to do that. So I would highly recommend, again, I know a lot of people are at school and you're away for school. If you take a look at your next 6 weeks, I guarantee you there's a weekend you can figure out how to get home. So two options. Either figure out how you get home for a weekend, do a whole bunch of cold calling, which I'll talk about in a second, in your areas that have previous customers that you may not have gotten a hold of. Or if you can't get home, what I would highly recommend you do is you talk to your coach about how to bring somebody on your team. We call them PC hunters. They're also known as internal sales, but to be able to get out there and generate some new leads for you, but also find some of those previous customers at the same time. People are really hard to get a hold of. They really are, especially during daytime hours. So if you didn't look at yesterday, I would recommend that you take a look at that because I talked about 2 times that are underutilized, 8 to 9 a.m. and 8 to 9 p.m. To be able to get a hold of people. But if you're still not getting a hold of people, what I'd recommend you do is, again, go in person. So if you're going to go in person, go home. Don't just knock on the 3 doors. So when you look at your client tether list, you can go in and you can export that. I would export it by name and address, and then you would sort it by postal code. So if you can sort that Excel sheet, there's lots of Google out there to be able to find that. But if you sort it by postal code, it's going to start to group things that are very close together. And from there, you're going to see like 5 or 6 people in a row that are all happen to be on the same street. What I'd recommend you do is you take a look at those and you would know that, say, number 17, 56, and 92, let's say, are all previous customers that you've not gotten a hold of. I'd check out their name and I'd knock on the door and they'd open it. I'd be like, "Hey, Mary?" And they're going to go, "Oh, yeah." It's like, "Hey, Mary, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Aaron Anders. I'm actually the College Pro window cleaning franchisee for the area. I know we've done work for you before in the past. I was just in the neighborhood actually doing some estimates for some neighbors, and I noticed in the system that we didn't have you booked in for this year. So while I was in the neighborhood, I thought I'd stop by, introduce myself, and see if it's something you'd be interested in us doing for you there this coming summer." That's what I would do. I wouldn't go for just those 3 houses, though. I would cold call that whole street. It's really likely if you've got a few people in the same area that get the windows done, get the same work done, that you're in a good target market area, meaning that more are likely to do it. So I would just get the 5, 6, 10 streets that are there. I'd cold call the whole street. I'd make a note of the ones that I haven't gotten a hold of, and I would go knock on their doors. Now, if you can't get home for whatever reason, it's just not possible. I would look at hiring somebody to do that for you, whether it's a friend or whether it's something that's completely external. We can train people remotely. Talk to your coach about it. It's definitely something that you can do. I had some people ask me about it at the last training that we have. And yeah, I mean, you can delay payroll. I mean, as long as the person's okay with it. So you let them know the first pay period and when it is, and hey, it's into May. We pay for all of our first pay period for preseason payroll on the same pay run, which is totally fine. Someone can say no if they've got an issue with it. You can take care of that. Talk to us about that. But I'd be having somebody go out and cold call. Again, same thing I just said that you would go do. We do a virtual training in advance. They get out there, they can get some leads. You can do estimates remotely. So if they're getting leads for you, you can go do those estimates remotely. I know Max was doing that. He booked a bunch of external in BC from Ontario. But I'd have them out there PC hunting for me big time too. So again, 2 options, but the main tactic, go find them. Go knock on the door and make sure that, that they have that. And again, a note, I'll talk about this as a little lead in tomorrow. It can go a really long way. Have a great day, everybody. Talk soon.